Arsenal have finally won a game and Gyokeres has got his first goal. A header of all goals. I'm there screaming at Gyok, is this true? It's almost like I said all this would happen in my last Arsenal video, because again, when Arsenal lose, the fans, they start moving like Chicken Little. The sky is falling. But the moment you put out an actually serious team and then go and win the game, suddenly, quadruple time, wrap it up, get all them trophies, when's the parade? That being said, after seeing yesterday's performance, I understand the hype. So today, we're going to go through all the players from top to bottom this time in terms of the forwards, midfielders, defenders, because there are many talking points. And then, of course, the subs as well, who there are many talking points regarding them too. And I think it's fair. We start with Gyokeres himself. Obviously, got his first goal. First 20 minutes, first 15, it wasn't looking too hot for him, I'll be honest. There were a couple, let's say rusty runs, perhaps a little bit clunky. I think Bilbao gave him a lot more space than Villarreal did, so we got to see him making them kind of channel runs a little bit more. And it seemed like he was kind of in two minds of what to do with the ball at times, when he's kind of dribbling, but then he's not. He might try to get a shot off, but then he doesn't quite get it. He obviously had one miss in that first half, came onto his right foot from the right side. I thought it was even a deflection. I didn't even see it until the replays. I thought maybe like it deflected or, the ball bobbled up or something. It was just, in all fairness, like a pretty poor miss, to be honest with you. Straight at the keeper from pretty much point blank range. But here's the good thing. You could tell that he knew that he bugged out, right? It wasn't like, I'm going to blame this, I'm going to blame that. Like, you could see it in his face that, all right, I'm not happy with this. But lo and behold, the next time the chance arrived, this time from a Zubimendi cross, who we'll speak about in a second, because I know my hands may be going up, but let me land. Zubimendi puts in a delightful cross. Gyokeres, the man, they told me, I say they, I'm also part of they, I don't know why I'm saying they. We've not seen him bag many headers, innit? He goes, bang, bullet header, 1-0, and this is what I like. All the Arsenal fans, I know they were doing the AFTV, they're running around the corner, they're running around Tesco doing that in slow motion. He didn't do the celebration initially. He did like a little, yes, get in. You know them, like it's pre-season, bro. Like, yeah, get it. Or Emirates Cup, let's say. Get in. The players, they huddle around him, they slap his head like they always do. And then Declan Rice and Gabriel are there saying, bro, this is your moment. Just go do your thing. Go do your little celebration. So he goes to the fans, he gives them what they want for like half a second. That's a gunman. Because other strikers, no names, Rasmus Højlund, when they scored, they burst out into tears. You might tell me, but he's a young striker, whatever. Bro, Weghorst, he scored a goal. He's there doing the knee slide like the guy finally scores me. He's there holding his face crying. I like that my man said, you know what? It's not been my best half, but it's another day at the office. I've got my goal. Let's move on. I'm going to properly celebrate if I do this another time. So big ups to him. In the other part of the front line, the second goal, we saw them both link up, both wingers. We had obviously Martinelli and Saka playing. Great bit of football, to be fair, from front to back in about 3 passes. Odegaard, who looked much sharper today, by the way. Boom, 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 boom. Martinelli's in behind. Could have been greedy, tried to go around the keeper himself or finesse it or chip it. He finds his mate Saka. Saka scores an open goal with his right foot. They do a little, arm linking celebration. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, Arsenal have arrived. Now, that being said, look, the Bilbao defence is not the most impressive defence in the world. I know some teams, again, have gone and struggled there, but just like how when Arsenal lose, you can't get too carried away, you should not get too carried away with the win. But as always, there are many talking points, like I said. So, Odegaard looking much sharper. I made a video on TikTok yesterday, or YouTube Shorts, I guess you guys would have seen it. Maybe I'll make it a long video at some point this week. I was listing my 10 players most under pressure this season. And I had Odegaard in there because his 2022-23 season, phenomenal. He was putting up ridiculous numbers, most non-penalty goals for a midfield or something like that. Next year again, spearheading Arsenal to a very near-miss title race. So you have to give him his flowers. But last season, I think by his own standards, he wasn't up to par. He was a passenger, and it's important to get back up to where you were before, because now they're putting you in convos with guys that are leading their team to 15th. Again, no names, but they are going to be playing next week, so it's important that we reference them because they also played yesterday, by the way. We'll speak a little bit about that at the end when it comes to what lineups people expect to see and blah, 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 blah. But as I said, his final ball was much better. Like, there were a couple times where he overhit the kind of cutback kind of pass, but in general, much better from Odegaard. Declan Rice, I think the crosses are honestly like a missile. The one time he played a horrid corner, they tried to go short, they lost it. This guy, after misplacing the corner, tracked back genuinely into his own half, about, what's that then, like 60, 70 yards, ran like Thomas the Tank Engine to, Thomas doesn't run, but you know what I mean. He moved like a steam train to go and win the ball back, give it to Raya, and then restart the attack yet again. So fair play to him, another dominant performance. But look, it is Bilbao. They're not the strongest team in the world, but again, we'll continue. The reason I say that is because next up we have, playing in the 6, Martin Zubimendi. I am very close to putting a hands up saying my bad. I was saying around February, March, and last year as well, before that, I don't see what Liverpool fans, I don't see what Arsenal fans or Madrid fans are gassing up Zubimendi to this extent for. So just like when I say something and I'm correct, I'll tell you guys, hey, give me my flowers. I'm also a man of honesty. I don't act like I'm 100% right on everything all the time. I've said I don't really get how everyone's gassing up Zubimendi. When I saw Casemiro ragdoll him, I wanted Casemiro, age 47 in real life terms. But yesterday, fair enough. Again, it is pre-season, so if he continues playing like how he did yesterday, for that first 5 games where Arsenal go to Old Trafford, Arsenal go to Anfield, they welcome, is it Man City, I think it is, then, alright. Then you'll get a proper apology from me, because he was phenomenal. He was probably man of the match. Not just for the assist for Gyokeres' goal, but just in general. The way his first thought at all times was, boom, pass it forward. Even when he was doing back passes, it was quick, snappy ones where it's like, boom, Saliba, bang, now give it back to me. Boom, Gabriel, give it back to me. Let me run here. Let me go and occupy this space. Let me do this. Let me get the pockets. In the other box, when attacking, there was a couple chances where, I think in the second half, to be fair, this one was, so we'll get onto it later, I suppose, but he did a little like back heel pass in the 6-yard box to somehow find Havertz. Obviously, the goal didn't go in, but Zubimendi, listen, fair enough, man. I wasn't familiar with your game, but I'm not going to fully go overboard, because let's not forget, Zubimendi comes from where? Sociedad. Bilbao are the ops. So maybe he was extremely charged up for this game alone. I don't know, because it's not like he was playing this good in the other preseason games where they lost to Spurs and obviously to Villarreal earlier this week. So fair play nonetheless. Fair play nonetheless. We get onto the defence. Calafiori is a very interesting one. This was pretty much Arsenal's best team. And as I said in the last video, it's important to judge guys like Gyokeres, guys like Madueke who came on later, all the new signings when it's their best team. I can't be judging Gyokeres when he's being fed passes by like Mikel Merino or something. Do you know, like, you need to have the fully functioning team and see what happens. Arteta's done that today. It looks like he's looking towards Calafiori for the United game, and to be fair, Calafiori, if he does start, I think he's earned it. I think he was really good. Many people expected him to be doing the overlapping, you know, bombing up and down runs to give Martinelli more of a time to cut inside or whipping crosses to Gyokeres. I don't know if you guys thought the same as me. I actually felt like he played the same role as Lewis Skelly, in that he would win the ball, he would drive, he would just bat away defenders or attackers that are trying to get near him, and he was making a lot of inverted runs too. There was a time where Martinelli's made like a run kind of through the middle, and I'm thinking Calafiori is going to obviously, you know, overlap and charge forward and then whip it back, but he's kind of taking the inside route. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. Even there was one where Gyokeres did the same thing. Gyokeres made that, again, left channel run where you're thinking he can either just smash it and try to go near post or cut it back. And when I'm expecting Calafiori to run around him, he's gone sort of towards the edge of the D, waited for the cutback, and then had his shot. It went over the bar. But nevertheless, a really good performance from him. I understand why he played yesterday, and I think if he can stay fit, Arsenal's left backs are really, really locked in and solid for, you know, a good number of years. Because Skelly came on. Skelly was obviously, you know, again, fantastic, press resistant. He does, you know, everyone knows about Skelly by now. The centre backs, Gabriel, Saliba, there's nothing to say because Bilbao offered absolutely nothing. And I do want to speak about a couple players from, well, not even a couple, there's only one really, because Williams, you were shown levels, my son. Can I even call him my son? He didn't even pick Ghana. Nico went and pick Ghana. Inaki went and pick Spain. So you're not even my son. You're just, like, you're cool, but that performance, you were shown levels, because not only did you get locked up by the right back, now we're going to speak about Julian Timber. Timber, it was like, I always say his hips don't lie like Shakira. His hips didn't even have to tell any stories at all. He was just chilling. Inaki offered zero threat. He was scared to take him on. And when you look at the other side, what Bukayo Saka was doing, you might think, oh, why am I wearing Sir Stanley Matthews t-shirt today? I'll tell you exactly why. Because that Bukayo Saka performance, the way he was running Yuri Berchiche ragged from minute 1, left foot, right foot, inside, out, cutting it back, whipping it in, it gave me flashbacks to that Sir Stanley Matthews FA Cup final 1953. For those of us who remember. So I had to get the shirt. You man can get the shirt too, obviously on the website, you know what I mean? Link in the bio, free international shipping to any country. But alas, Timber, fantastic performance. Bilbao's forwards, nothing to say. And likewise, Raya didn't have much to do. There was a couple misplaced passes in the box where they led to a Bilbao shot. He saved comfortably. I did notice, you might call me crazy. I don't know if it's a superstition thing or if I'm just yapping away, but he was wearing yellow today. Has he decided that that green kit, as nice as it looks, is like a superstitious thing where it don't bang? But his preseason so far has not been the Raya that we saw these last 2 years. He's gone back to the yellow, maybe because that's when he's been winning his golden gloves and whatnot. Just something to note. However, the subs, let's go. Who came on? Well, Madueke came on, and I keep repeating, it was a shame that Madueke last time came on when there's no, Gyokeres and these guys to feed. You're playing with Mikel Merino. Madueke playing with Gyokeres this time, and Timber, I think, went to left back at this time because Ben White came on. Saka's still on, obviously. Madueke looked a lot better. Is he going to be worth the 50 million? I'm still, the jury is obviously very much still out because it's pre-season. Let's wait until, the first 5-10 games have been played. But he beat his man a few times. He put a lot of good crosses in, obviously with the left foot. One of Madueke's crosses was inch perfect onto the head of Gyokeres, who, again, did like a diving bullet header that was flying bottom corner. Keeper saved it onto the post. So it looks as though Gyokeres may not be as bad as heading as we initially thought. Does seem as though, however, this is just his pre-season and it's experimenting, but he might be the left wing signing. And if that is the case, Arsenal fans do have a right to be a little bit concerned, because people were told that, yeah, they're going to just wrap up Madueke now, get it done early as like a Saka backup so that they can really spend time going to get Eze, who plays tonight. By the way, I'm going to say this now, but we are going to be doing a video later today on the Community Shield, so you know what I mean? Get the subscribing going because you're getting 2 videos today. I said I'll do 1 video a day, and we're going to try and push it at 100k by the end of the season. Today, you're getting 2 videos. I'm going to say it in advance, but anyway. So Eze, maybe they're going to let him go, win the Community Shield, then go sign for Arsenal the next day. I don't know. Nevertheless, there we are. Ben White obviously came on as well second half. It seemed as though, having spent so much time injured, he was there trying to, reconnect his Bluetooth with Saka, if you will. Because they had that kind of telepathic link-up a couple years ago. But obviously, Timber's been the right back now. Timber's a lot more defensively astute. Ben White is the one that will make those overlapping runs and give Saka maybe more freedom to cut in or cut out or do whatever he wants. So again, it's all about having good options, and Arsenal seem to be developing a lot of depth in many key areas, especially with a lot of injuries too. Another new signing, Mosquera. I'm on my feet. Guys, I didn't even know who this brother was until a few months ago. No idea who the brother was. I'm an honest guy, man. I'm not someone that I pretend I know every single player in the whole world or anything. I didn't know who my man was. I don't play FIFA anymore, so I don't open like Ultimate Team packs and I see, oh, Mosquera, 78 rated. I don't know these brothers, bro. He loves duels. That's the first thing that you notice. He's got, I don't know if Arsenal fans hear what I'm saying, yeah. When you're watching like from afar, he has the kind of Maitland-Niles build, if you know what I mean, where he's tall, like languid, but very composed, but at the same time, he's got the bite in him. Every time the ball went within like his, 6 meter radius, he's there, bro. He reminds me of a little bit. I know he's quite young himself, yeah, but hear me out a little bit. He reminds me a bit of Pacho of PSG. That one image of Pacho kind of, clawing his way over Barella. That's what Mosquera was doing to basically any player who tried to get the ball around him. So big respect to him. He seems very quick as well. I don't know, what his English is like. I don't know his temperament. This is really early days. It's pre-season, so, you don't want to go crazy. But I think Arsenal have managed to find another gem there. So a big respect to him. And the last player I want to speak about, because Marino and Waneri came on, but they played about 10 minutes. And the game was like, just kind of done. So there's nothing to say about them. But Kai Havertz, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm interested. Obviously, everyone's been seeing the images. He's been banging gym all summer. He's got hench. And many people are wondering, okay, is that a good thing? Because obviously, he was someone that was, he was good at pressing. He would be very physical in the duels and whatnot. But those of us that have watched Dragon Ball Z, we know, boom, when Trunks went Super Saiyan 2 and he bulked up like that, yeah, sure, he was much stronger. But he lost the speed, the agility. Vegeta told him, pathetic. Like, he knew it, bro. He said, all right, you think you're cold for going Super Saiyan 2, but now you've lost everything and you're mad strong. Vegeta knew. Havertz, he's mastered Super Saiyan 2. Why do I say that? The moment he came on, I said to my brother, why does Havertz look much faster? This is way before the goal, by the way. Just him pressing. He was pressing. I think he misplaced a pass one time. He tracked back. I said, hold on a minute. Why is he running that quick? And then the third goal happened where he's played in his own half. 3 Bilbao players ahead of him when the pass is played. And this guy has zoomed like he's been on Usain Bolt's training program to have his biceps and his speed. Bam, 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 bam. He runs forward genuinely more than half the length of the pitch so he's beat one guy, that guy's given up, another guy's given up. It's just him and one other guy trying to, drag him and, hold him about, and that. He maintains his balance somehow and slots it bottom corner. I said, is that the impact of competition? Because obviously last year, Gabriel Jesus was out nearly the entire season, so Havertz kind of knows, if I'm fit, I'm playing. I'm going to be the guy that's the 9. Suddenly, with everyone excited about Gyokeres, Havertz now has to play like, yo guys, remember me? And that goal is not a goal that I think he would have scored last year. He did score something similar in his defence against Chelsea at the Emirates. I think it was the 5-0 game. But this was different. This one, he's in his own half. He's ran past bare man. So, big credit to him. Arsenal win the Emirates Cup on the same day that United win the Snapdragon Cup. So these two teams that are now struggling for trophies, these two English giants are racking up trophies. They meet next Sunday. I will say, although United won the Snapdragon Cup, their performance was abhorrent. I wasn't impressed whatsoever, given that they've got all the new signings there. But again, let's see what happens when Sesko joins, because that's a really big signing for them. Arsenal fans, let me know. Are you excited now? Are you going to win the quadruple? Are you going to win X Factor? You're going to win the Traitors, Love Island, everything. Let me know also, do you think Calafiori should start on the weekend? Or what lineup would you guys go for? What amount of goals are you expected from Gyokeres? Because now that we've seen him finally score a goal, is that the first of many? Is that going to be the first and the last for a long time? Let me know. Leave a like. Let me know, your man of the matches or your main takeaways. As always, guys, if you're not an Arsenal fan, thank you for watching. I'm going to be covering as many teams as possible. So you will see, like I did, Liverpool reviews, Arsenal reviews, Chelsea, United, Barca. We're going to be everywhere. So don't worry. Don't panic. We're going to cover as many teams as possible this season. It's starting now, huh? Today is the Community Shield. So we're going to be here for all the important games. Make sure you subscribe. We are on the way to the 100k plaque. Go follow on IG, because we've obviously hit 30k as well, which means I got to do a 30k Q&A at some point this coming week as well. Big love for that. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tonight, I guess, in a bit. Bosh.